Hi, welcome to John's Tech and Travel. It's a chilly morning in my town, so I got the buff on the head. Out for a little training today. It's less than a week before I leave for my Camino, and it's going to be a fall Camino, so taking the time to gear up a little bit. I've got my full pack on today. I've got my walking gear on today. It's been summer weather for so long. I'm not used to wearing long pants when I walk, but gonna see how this day goes. Need to get an early start today, so let's see what we can find in town. It's pretty early, but already had a couple stairs. That's okay. I don't mind being known as that crazy guy around town who is probably harmless, as long as they think of me as harmless. As I record this, just yesterday, a few miles down the road, they captured a convicted killer who had escaped from the county prison. So things are a little more free today. I'm going off to work here. My pack weighs about 15 pounds. That's a little heavy, but with a little extra camera gear, I'm comfortable with that. That's not too bad. We'll see how that packs out over the Pyrenees. Early morning neighborhood walking. Going past an apartment building here. People just waking up. A few cars going down the street. This isn't a real busy street, but gets a little bit of traffic. It's always peaceful here. I get to walk past what might be the last Radio Shack in existence. I don't know, there might be a few of them out there, but they sure are a rare and dying breed. No bikes, skateboards, rollerblades, roller skates on walking paths. At least you can walk. Through the park. Beautiful park. And this time of day there are a couple walkers across the street there. I'm on a little connecting path. The park's on both sides of the street. In fact, there's a pitch and putt golf course across the street there that the borough owns. Gotta stay hydrated. This is a pretty flat town, and this is one of the major hills, which is why this evening I'll go to the county park and walk there. For Pennsylvania, this place is really flat. I usually slow down when I get here. It's nice to enjoy the serenity of this little park. And this time of day, the residents of this senior village are still pretty much in their apartments. I'll see a few people out walking dogs, getting some exercise. Maybe there'll be somebody up here at the pickleball court. It's one of the problems I have with this pack. I like the pack in general, but it's hard to zip the pockets, and I haven't figured out how to do that with one hand. I'm near the pavilion where I usually stop and kick off my pack and stretch. There's a resident in there on his phone. I don't want to disturb any residents. I try to be very careful about that. I'm kind of in that age group, but I don't live in this community. So I stopped to take off my buff, and so now I'm going to walk bareheaded for a while. What else am I wearing today? I'm wearing a sun shirt, and I'm wearing long pants. Piranha with a little bit of stretchy fabric. I really like them. I've got Lone Peak Ultras on. Bright red. These are the ones I'll be wearing on the Camino. I know, American. What can you do? Yeah, beautiful day. And this is Thursday, and my sons and I leave for our Camino on Tuesday. So we just have a few days here, and so this is one of my final shakedown cruises. I might overthink things a bit, but I'm not one to just go out totally unprepared. So pretty happy with my gear at this point. Systems have been tested out. I'm wearing Apple AirPod Pros. Really like them, very comfortable, and I listen to books as I walk, or podcasts. I've learned more about American history and world history than you should be able to learn. I've forgotten more than what most people have learned, I'm sure. I just don't have a great memory for it, but I do enjoy learning about it. Just nice to be able to sit here and take in the morning. Nobody on the court yet this morning, but later today there'll be some people out here playing. Residents play, and sometimes it seems like residents and a son or a grandson. And to the right there, it's a little harder to see, but down in the ground, you can zoom in a little bit. There's the bocce court. I have never seen anybody play bocce here, even though it's a wonderful game. I don't know. No Italians here? Gotta remember, this is very much a German descent town. We're in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. A lot of the residents are from this area. Many others have moved in just to be residents here in this community. Well, I've never walked this immediate of this trail before through this community, and there are a couple little putting greens here, but it looks like nobody ever uses them. Something that is a little more active is on the other side here, and that's the garden. These are residents' gardens. They are planted and maintained by the residents here, and often I see people out here in the morning working. Don't see anybody today. And of course you got the eagle. I don't think that's representative of the Philadelphia Eagles, but you know, still pretty cool looking sculpture over there. Are they painting a light pole? Might be what's going on here. All right, I'm between a cornfield and a soybean field. Definitely farm country here. It got a little hotter, so I switched over to my Tilly hat. I took off the buff a few minutes ago. I'm about 3 miles into the walk, and I slowed down here to do this pace, but I'm probably taking 3 different hats with me. I know that's excessive for Camino. Seems like a lot, but this Tilly is a great hat for keeping the shade off of me. I've used it quite a bit when hiking. I'll take a lightweight ball cap, so I have a cap just with a bill on the front, and a really lightweight wool cap that I wear in the wintertime, sometimes just around the house. We are expecting a little bit, and the buff. So it's really 4 things that I'm going to wear on my head, plus a rain jacket that I have that has a hood on it. And those things in combination with each other should keep me warm, dry. By the way, I mean, I justify the extra headgear by the fact that there's nothing else up there. Maybe no brains either, but there's nothing on top of the head. That's what I was referring to. I'm a few miles into this hike. I'm entering a industrial part of town, and so we swing the camera around here. So there we have a big parking lot, and beyond it is the New Holland sales stables. That's livestock sales, hay. A lot of horses go through there because we're an Amish area, and we're a big horse area here in Lancaster County. Panning to the left, we have a cheese factory. Again, a lot of agriculture in the area. further to, well, the next building there is actually part of the cheese company too on this side of the street. Then beyond that tan building you see up there is the Tyson processing plant. Chickens. I guess that's where chicken nuggets come from. Not a tourist town, even though we're in Lancaster County. This is very much an agricultural industrial town. Case New Holland, this is their hay tools plant in New Holland, Pennsylvania. So while it's an industrial area, CNH has very kindly put in a nice trail. And I and many other residents of New Holland, Pennsylvania walk these trails daily. See all kinds of people out here. Often people I've seen before. People walk their dogs here. People walk their children here. They even have a couple of sports fields that they allow people to practice on, and I don't know if there are any formal games there. There's the hay tool plants from another angle. The road that goes up through their compound, the sidewalk. There's the ball field. Gets quite a bit of action here. And beyond you can see a building through the trees there, the North American headquarters of Case New Holland. All right, so now I'm back at home base, 8.12 miles. I'll go to the park later on today and I'll do a few more miles there, and I'll get to do some hills and a little more rugged terrain, loose gravel, things that are more similar to what you might see on the Camino. So, hey, buen Camino, you have a lovely day.